folks, Stuart here, owner of Speed Welding, here to give you a factory tour. All right, so before we begin the tour, I want to give you a couple quick facts. Speed Welding was founded in 2005. I started the business in my garage. This is our 4th location. We have a total of 24,000 square feet, 16 full-time employees. We manufacture T-tops for boats, ladder racks and toolboxes for pickup trucks, and a bunch of other products, but we'll get into that inside. Part of the tour today, we're going to show you a full factory tour. We're going to talk about where we do each product, how we do it, and we're going to talk about a lot of the equipment as well. So come on inside and hope you enjoy. All right, so obviously this is our dock. This is a big feature from the old location. So pretty much how we operate is all the metal comes through the gate. We load it up in the dock. It goes through this left door. A lot of magic happens and the finished products come out the right door. So here you can see we got a bunch of gangways. We do a lot of these for docks, floating docks. And that's a new product for us, so super excited to do a bunch of these. Just to the right of that, you can see this argon tank. That was a new addition we added last year. So basically we've gotten away from the large bottles that go on top of the welding machines. It's all plumbed in through this green pipe. I'll show you how that works as well when we get inside, but the guys don't have to lift bottles, so we don't have to forklift bottles off the truck each week. They come and fill it about once a month, and it's been a huge time saver, and it's a big safety saver as well. We're not having to lift these big bottles, and we're not having to forklift the bottles around either as well. So come on up on the dock and we'll keep going. So on the dock here, kind of this area is just kind of like a catch-all. We got a bunch of jigs, patterns, carts. As materials come in, we load them on the carts and we wheel it inside, hang it on the racks. This is a sheet metal rack here. We added about 2 years ago. We deal with a lot of different sheet metals, different thicknesses, different finishes, especially diamond plate. So come on inside and we'll show you some of what we do. All right, so this is our CNC press brake. It's got 80 tons of pressure. This basically folds sheet metal over. So we can take a flat plate, put a bend in it, flip it, put another bend in it. That's how we do our toolboxes. We fold them over on this table. It's a programmable machine. It's a CNC machine, so you can program different settings into it and it's repeatable. It's not manual, it's very consistent, so we like having this thing around. This is our plasma table. So basically it's got a plasma gun mounted to the gantry over here, and we can cut out all sorts of parts with this thing. We brought this in last year. It's our newest toy so far, and it's been phenomenal. We've converted a lot of products from manual labor to the CNC, plasma table. One of the best things about this is it's accurate. It drills a bunch of holes. We had some products where we're drilling holes that require assembly later on, and a manual drill hole is just not as accurate as what the table produces. So we're going to talk about some of the products throughout the tour that this thing has really changed for us. All right, so this here is a shear. So it's basically a guillotine for metal. Anything that slides under there, when you step on that pedal, it's gone, cut in half. So this thing, I think was built in the 70s. We have a service guy come out about every other year, kind of line it up and get the blades turned and sharpened and all that. But basically, take a piece of sheet metal, slide it under, and cuts it in half. So we love having that thing. We do a lot of the cutting on the CNC saw now. We basically take a whole sheet. So we don't really use this as much, but sometimes you just need to cut something and put it up there, and it's great for that. So something you'll notice throughout the factory is a lot of the organization. We work very hard on our inventory. We basically have everything we need whenever we need it. We barely run out of anything. We've got a lot of kanbans in place, so if something's low, we've got visual indicators to remind us to reorder, and this has been a major improvement. We hear our clients talk about how when they work with other people, they're always waiting on like a this fitting or that fitting. There's no downtime for us on that because we keep a good inventory of what we need. Basically, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nearly 7 racks dedicated to extrusions. So basically any extrusion, whether it's pipe, square, there's all sorts of custom extrusions that we deal with. Everything has a spot, so when it's empty, we know when to reorder it. So this is our CNC pipe roller. So basically it does bends, curves, and pipes and different extrusions that we set it up for. When we got into the OEM business, doing a bunch of the same thing over and over again, this tool was very, very popular throughout the factory. We picked this thing up nearly 7 years ago, and we've loved it ever since. All sorts of programs that we could pull up, put a pipe in, hit a couple buttons, and it bends it. So pretty cool feature to have around the factory. So you saw our pre-made inventory over there. That's pads and fittings that we get from our suppliers. These are all in-house parts. So we cut these and have these machined ourselves, and these are parts that you can't necessarily buy from our supplier. To give an example, this is an outrigger bracket for a 2900 Parker. So this starts as a 1/2 inch, or I think it's a 3/4 by 6 piece of flat bar. We cut it and it machines. It's like a 3-process step to get this, and all sorts of custom parts that we have here. 2 different chop saw tables. We've got one for anodize over here, and a lot of times during the day 2 people were cutting, so we added another one. This is a more heavy duty saw, so it'll do thicker metals, bigger metals, stuff like that. All right, so as we're coming to the corner of the factory, we want to show you this CNC horizontal bandsaw. So this thing's pretty cool. That's how we make all the parts I just showed you. Parts come in, whether it's flat bar or solid round rod, we put it on this thing. It's basically a copy machine for cutting. You can set how many parts you want, you can set how long you want it, and this thing will just cut, move, and we catch it here with crates. You can see we've got some blue crates, red crates, so the different colors are for different departments. Blue is for marine, red is for the truck racks. This big pallet here is when we've got a dozen crates. We can just stack them on this pallet, forklift it in the back of the truck, and take it where we need to go. So this is our employee lounge. We got a break room in here. We also got a kitchenette. The employees can cook their own lunch. Once a month we host a luncheon. So we hire a team of ladies. They come in, they cook a buffet for us, and all sorts of good old Southern cooking. We follow up with our meeting and a company luncheon, so it's great for the culture here at High Speed Welding. The employees really love the company luncheon, so it's a great feature to have. So this is where the welding machines live. Basically, you know, they don't work all the time. Sometimes they need to be fixed, so if one breaks, the employees can move one over here and grab a new one and keep going, get back to work. We have a maintenance guy that comes in about once or every other week, and he tinkers with these things, get some operational. You can see each of these machines have a built-in regulator with the gas hose, so that feeds into the argon system that I was telling you about earlier. I'll dive into how that all works. But cool feature that we do here at High Speed Welding is we name all the machines. You can see this one's here is Hillbilly Deluxe. We've got the Mean Machine, Roxcata, Rocket Man. We've got one called Underdog. We've got all these different names is because, you know, if we need to send these things to the repair shop, or if we're, you know, anything at all, everybody knows whose machine's who. We don't have to refer to like a barcode or anything like that. So it's cool to have all the different names for the different machines. Behind me here is the toolbox area. So for our truck racks, we used to buy 3 different versions of toolboxes, and we were having issues with the suppliers we were working with. At the time, we had the technology to start manufacturing our own boxes, so we did. And we basically took a couple features of all the different boxes we were building, or all the different boxes we were buying, and made our own design, and it's pretty cool. We got an upwards opening door, built-in shelf. This is our standard box with a 12-inch depth. And then we also got a XL box that we just started releasing, which is right here. This has got an 18-inch depth. See how much space we have inside there. It's a lot of storage. This is going to be a big popular item for us, these XL toolboxes. So nobody else makes them this big, like this design. So we're excited to announce to the world that we're making these too. All right, so in terms of maintenance, we do a lot of the maintenance ourselves, and we've got these toolboxes here to hold parts. Cool feature is we try to keep everything organized. So if we need to plumb in some air, you know, we've got different sizes, different fittings, everything we need when we need to do it. This is all for the air supply, different fittings and stuff. When it comes to electrical, you know, we've got that too. Different electrical supplies. You can see anything we need to do, we've got it. So organization's a big thing here for us. So this is kind of like the maintenance wall. We got parts here, drill bits, welding parts, cups, anything that the guys need, like consumables, it's here, and they can keep working and they got what they need. This is our leaning post inventory. So pretty much every leaning post we build is built to order. However, we do have some stock in here. If somebody wants one in a hurry, they can. These are kind of bare bones leaning posts. Our leaning posts come with all sorts of options, like a folding footrest, folding seat, storage. You can pick different colors for the materials, all sorts of stuff. So these are bare bones, and they can be customized depending on what the customer needs. All right, so stepping inside here, this is our canvas and upholstery shop. So basically, we do all of our canvas and upholstery in-house. Any of our lean posts, we make the cushions. Any of our T-tops, we make the life jacket holder or this umbrella canvas that goes on top. All right, so this is the OEM department. Basically, any boat manufacturer or boat dealer, this is where the T-tops get made. This is where we start off with the legs. And this is where we start off with the rings, and as they progress through this room, they get assembled, they make it around the corner. So you can see we got all these different standard patterns that we work with. We can take a pattern off the top, put it down below, and switch it out. So depending on what type of boat we're working with. Up top, we got all these sorts of metal jigs. So suppliers or our manufacturers, they'll give us a sample of their console, and we'll design the T-top based off of that, and then we'll make these metal fixtures so that we can mount them. The mounting points all in the same spot. All the parts are interchangeable, so all the holes will match up for one T-top from the next. Not a big variable there. This is actually a Parker T-top. They're one of our clients, so we do a lot of this. This is for their new 2400 model. Over here, this is where we make the rings. So we start off with the rod holders and we work our way forward. We've got a couple different fixtures for the different sizes of the rings. Different clients want theirs differently, so we can swap that out for different parts. And then this table is kind of forgiving on different sizes, and this is where all the rings get made. Then we move them to this table here. We can clamp it down and weld it, and then it gets assembled over here and then makes it around the corner. This is a hardtop assembly jig. So basically we'll take a set of legs like that, flip it over, set it on here, and then we can add the truss here, the rod holders, forward truss here, radio box mount. So we've got maybe 6 different hardtops that we work with throughout the different suppliers. We could take that piece and switch it out for that one, that one. We got some other ones out on the dock as well. This here is an assembled T-top. So basically a set of legs and a set of ring came together here. and we added this bracing, and then from here it goes to the next set of sawhorses and gets welded out. And that's where we add the radio box, the life jacket holder, pull any lights or wires, paint the welds, and get it ready for the installation. All right, so this is more inventory. This is a radio box. This is, we got white, cream, buff, different sizes. Over here, it's the sanding discs, sanding pads, grinding wheels. Over here, this is our bolt bin. So we got away from a traditional bolt style and we expanded our inventory, and we've got all sorts of different sizes mixed in here. These are some different trays that we made. We couldn't find trays that fit inside these boxes, so we made these ourselves, and we've got every bolt that we ever need, every nut, every washer, so that's a great feature to have. So this is our newest vehicle. Basically, we've been hauling trailers around since we started, and I've just had enough of the trailers. They're always broke, so we want to eliminate the trailer and do these flatbeds. We've designed this flatbed ourselves, and we're in the process of getting it fixed up. Once this frame is done, we're going to put a wood deck on top, so that way we can screw our products down. You'll see all these holes on the side. These are for lights, and these here are for rack straps. So we'll have more than a dozen rack straps along each side of this flatbed, so we can strap our products down as we go down the road. All right, to our right, to my right here is what we call the custom department. So this is any sort of T-top or custom fabrication that we do. That's a one-off. That's kind of done in this area. Over here we do gangways. We used to do the gangways back where we were doing the toolboxes, but sometimes we do a 24-foot gangway and we have a hard time getting it back to the factory. So it made sense to move this department over here near the door. Finish the gangway, it goes right out the door onto the dock, and we can forklift it onto the trailer, get it to where it needs to go. All right, so this is our truck rack department. I've been building these truck racks ever since the beginning. We actually started on the floor, and years later, as we started doing more, we built these tables and basically lifted the work environment up. And I'll show you kind of what we do from there. So this table here is designed for the frames of the truck racks. So we do the main frames, top rails, we add the middle crossbars. From there it goes to the sawhorses to get welded. And after it's welded out, we put it on that next table, and that's where the legs get added. We add all sorts of accessories like the window guards, the rack straps, additional crossbars, anything the customer wants, press brake holders, whatever they want added to the rack, that happens on that. From there it goes to paint, and then we do our installations there on the end. You can see here all these different fittings that we have. I showed you our CNC saw earlier where we cut the parts and then they come back machined, specifically what we need. This is a component that makes the truck rack break down. So basically it can be shipped a lot more cost effective. These are two components that pretty much every rack gets. It's a removable bar component. So this is welded to the rack, and this is the removable female component. So basically 2 pins hold this bar in. You would pull the pin out, the whole bar can be removed. It's a cool feature that's standard on our rider rack. All right, so this is table 3. This is where the legs get added, rack straps, window guards, any other accessory for the truck rack. After it's set up, welded, it gets painted, and we back the truck in. We do the installation and go straight out the door. This area here is where we make pallets. So basically we keep our wood up top. We bring the wood down, we cut it to length, and these fixtures here, we can set the wood in, screw them in place, and make our own custom pallets. We ship our racks all over the country. So different truck racks have different lengths, so we make our own pallets. They're heavy duty pallets, and that's how we get them there. All right, so before I show you the powder coat area, I want to talk a little bit about our air system. So, any shop's going to have a compressor. We used to have compressors spread out throughout the factory, and at one point we were having a hard time keeping employees around, and so we made a big big push on improving our culture, and one thing we wanted to do is make the environment better. You know, it was really annoying and loud to work around a loud compressor, so we built this contraption here to house the compressors. So you can see we got two different compressors, and we've got temperature controlled fans, so if it gets a little warm in here, these fans cuts on and keeps this room exhausted. These two compressors feed into our newest addition to the air compressor system. This tank was actually built in 1966, so this is probably the second oldest thing that we have here, this tank. I bought this tank and this compressor and a dryer for like $3,500, and can't believe that I was able to get such a steal. The dryer gave out, so we got this new dryer here. So basically this keeps all the moisture out of the air. So you can see that the air lines come through here, come through the dryer, and then they go to the media blast station, the powder coat area, and then the blue pipe, they go to the factory over there. This is the reclaimer. So basically any of the media that we use in our powder coating process, like we sandblast the products to give it a nice texture. This is the reclaimer. So basically we can reuse the media over and over again. I'll show you how that works. So this hopper right here, we can basically just shovel, we sweep and shovel the media into this hopper, and then as we blast, it collects on the floor and we just keep using it. We get about 10 cycles out of some media. This is the media blaster here. So you can see this blast gun, basically we blast these items, and it gives us this rough texture, and that's how the powder sticks. So after we media blast an item, we bring it in here, we hang it on our racks, and from there we take it into the paint booth. Inside the paint booth, we spray the powder. After the powder is applied, we move it to the oven, and that's where it gets cured. It's a 10 by 10 by 20. So we get our items up about 360 degrees and let them bake for about 30 minutes, pull them out, let them cool, and then they're done, ready to roll. Over here is a finished product, ready for shipment. This is a hardtop for Parker. It gets the integrated windshield, powder coated black design. They just started doing the black. We also do white as well, like a cream color. For them, we put the windows on, pull wires for the lights, and we include this kit. So this kit includes any backing plates or hardtop washers used to install the top. All right, so at the end of each day, when the employees are cutting out the lights, they can also turn this ball valve. And basically, if we come in and in the morning, we open this up and this thing jumps, we know we got a leak, so we're able to track down the leak. And that's something we added a couple weeks ago. It's pretty cool. All right, so for the argon system, I mentioned the tank outside. So basically, the argon comes through this green pipe, and at the end of the day, we cut it off. That way, if we have a blowout or anything, we don't lose all of our precious argon. But from here, it goes throughout the factory. We've got a big circle, and throughout that circle, we have dowmpipes. Each downpipe has a manifold with its own ball valve and pressure gauge. So you can see, at the end of the day, we close the ball valve, and if this has any droppage, we know that we have a leak. From the manifold, we've got different hoses. The hoses go all the way to the machine, and quick high flow disconnects with a ball valve on the end as well. So we can keep leakage down from each machine. All right, as we step outside, we got our trucks. This is our big delivery truck. We can hook up to the trailers with this thing, haul the trailers all over. We just got back from Wisconsin last week, dropped a bunch of truck racks over there. This is our Scion. This thing, we love it. You know, shopped around for a little work truck for a while and couldn't find one that we wanted. This thing popped up on Facebook Marketplace, and needless to say, I bought it within 24 hours. Didn't come with a rack, we made that, but getting back and forth to the hardware store, or maybe we need to go measure something or look at something, always great to take the Scion. It's a fun little truck to get around in. This is our big trailer. This is a 36-foot trailer. So basically, legal limit for a non-CDL driver in North Carolina is 60 feet. So when we measured the truck, we just subtracted the truck length, and we built this trailer about 2 inches shy of 60 feet. So we're right under the legal limit. And we've hauled a lot of products with this trailer, and it's been a humongous feature to have. We built this thing back in 2010. Probably got 1 million miles on it by now. This is a medium trailer. If we're not sending such a big load, this thing's a lot more convenient, easier to get around, not as much drag getting down the road. We added rack straps down the side. Before we were dealing with ratchet straps. We're having to feed them in and tighten them up, and there's a bunch of different, took a lot of time, but these high-speed rack straps on the side are spring-loaded. They basically go to chokers and hold the product down. It's a great feature. That's the trailers, the trucks. Over here we got this big GMC truck. This is another vehicle that we're going to add a flatbed to. We're working on the van now. That's going to have a 17-foot deck. This truck here is going to have a 23-foot deck. So basically we'll be able to haul as much as we could with a medium trailer with just this truck and not have to deal with the trailer. So that's kind of our goal. You know, we've got the 20-foot truck, 40-foot trailer, but the truck you can't really put much in it. But having a flat deck on the truck and a flatbed on the trailer is going to be a significant improvement for 2025 and moving forward. Hope you enjoyed the tour. This is the first factory tour we've done here. We moved over here in 2019. We went from 14,000 square feet to 20,000 square feet, and now we've expanded the powder coat operation into 24,000. So looking forward to the next factory tour. Not sure how much bigger of a place we can get than this, but after 20 years in business, we're looking forward to the next 20. So thanks for watching.